Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new video and a brand new collection update video. Yes, my recent video into multicoloured Blu-ray cases was quite a popular video. I had some good comments, but I also had a few comments, so you know, what's the point in doing that? We've all got our own preferences. And I did say that there was going to be a second part to that collection, and it is this. Not the film itself or the 4K, but this black case. Yes, everybody likes a bit of black. And you know what they say, once you go black, you don't go back. So I've dug out all my Blu-rays that I've put into black cases. It's the Leaning Tower of Pisa at the moment, so I've got to be very careful, otherwise I'm just going to knock the whole lot off. But anyway, let's get into it. I'll show you what I've picked out and yeah, why I thought it looks better in black. It does actually look really good in black. Yes, so let's take a look. Okay, so if I had unlimited black cases, I think I would replace all of my Blu-rays without slipcovers with black cases, because the 4Ks look so good in black and the Blu-rays, I admit, do look really good in black. And I've got to go right up here because this is really tall. It's like halfway up the room. Okay, this is kind of in an alphabetical order, but it might be a little bit all over the place. Yeah, so the first one we've got is American Psycho with Christian Bale. Brilliant film. Love this film. Saw it for the first time earlier in the year. And I figured, yeah, there's a lot of black on there. There's a lot of white on there. But I figured rather than just stick it with a red case, it looks so much better in black with a nice black disc inside. Next up, we have Apollo 18, which is not a bad little film. It's kind of told NASA style, you know, with cameras on the actual moon landing. This is a secret mission that went up to explore strange phenomena that was going on the moon. Yes, so unknowns to the world, you know, Apollo 18 never happened. Apollo 17 was the last mission to the moon, and this was a very secret one because they ran into a few little critters while they were there. It's quite a good film, yeah, for a low budget film. Next up we have Armageddon. That's right, Armageddon, a black case. Looks fantastic in a black case. Really enjoyed this film. One of the best films of all time so far as action and disaster. Oh, careful, Paul. Then we have The Avengers. No, not that one. This is a movie adaptation version, spin-off, reboot of the original series. And this has got Ralph Fiennes, Uma Thurman, and a very cheesy Sean Connery. And I figured that looks really good in a black case. Looks fantastic. There is the disc. It is foreign. I think it's German. I think it's an official release. So there's the German release. It did come with a German sleeve, but I think it was Mr. Richard Hollyoak. Yes, he did me up a Avengers sleeve there. But it is an official release. Next up, we have a film that's about to get a sequel. We've got Black Phone with Ethan Hawke. This was a really good film. I really enjoyed this one. So I'm looking forward to rewatching it and also watching the new one when it comes out. Yes, let's have a look, see what we got. So we've got a black disc in there. That little bit of blue there, that spoils everything. If only they could get rid of that bit of blue. Oh no, because it actually matches the original blue case. Oh, it comes drippy nose, yes. The Blair Witch Project. Yeah, this is one of the original releases. Includes 4 never before seen alternate endings, only on Blu-ray. I think it looks good. I know the new one, the second sight, actually does come in a black case. So, you know, they probably watched my videos and thought, let's just release that in a black case. Yeah, they probably haven't watched my videos, but it does look good in the black case. And then, of course, I decided to put Blair Witch as well, the reboot. Yeah, I enjoyed this one as well. Maybe a little bit more than the original, I think. I think this was a bit more kind of like expensive, and I enjoyed more of the running around the building, the house at the end. Kind of like a bit more scary. Oh, it's upside down. Nobody wants an upside down disc. There we go. So that's Blair Witch. Recent release, Maxine. Yeah, that definitely had to go in a black case. And because this was a slim release, I put it in a slim black case. Because why wouldn't you? Yeah, looks nice. And then we have Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, which is signed by 2 of the cast members. And it just works. It just works with a black case. A lot of white, a lot of white and black there. Yeah, I think it just works perfectly. And then we got some Nicolas Cage in Knowing, really good end of the world action film with a bit of sci-fi. A lot of people said that they didn't like the ending. I really loved the ending. I thought it was really fantastical and out there, and it was nice they mixed like a disaster end of the world movie in with a bit of sci-fi, because that's me. So there we go. So that's Knowing. And some really good action scenes in this, like the plane crash and the train crash. Very haunting. Why are all my discs upside down? Okay, we have It Follows. Now, I've never been a big fan of this film, but I saw this in CEX and it was wrongly priced because this was the second sight re-release. So I grabbed this one. So I think this is actually already in the original case that it came in, but they priced it up of the old one, the old release. So yeah, I had to grab that. I'll give it another go. Next up we have ISS, the International Space Station, which I saw at the cinema, and not a little bad film. Yeah, it's not bad. It's basically about, obviously, the International Space Station and about America and Russia and all these different, countries that are associated on the space station. And there's a nuclear war down on Earth, as you can see up the top there. And they're the last hope, and they're told by their superiors to do anything they can to take control of the International Space Station. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I did, honestly. Next up we have In Bruges. Yeah, again, this is a second sight release. Second sight releases always look good with a black case. Very cool. Looks fantastic with a black case, actually. And then we have Infinite with Mark Wahlberg and Chiwetel Ejiofor. I need to rewatch this because it's been ages since I've seen this. This is an Australian release, but it looks cool. It looks cool. There is a silver disc, so unfortunately it's not a black disc. But I do have the note in with it. This came from Australia. It was from, do you remember Zach? Remember Zach? Tassie Devil. Yes. So he sent me a nice little note with it. But like I say, I need to rewatch that again. Next up is a very underrated Michael Bay film with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson, The Island, which is pretty cool. I do enjoy this film. It's very underrated. But yeah, it looks good. And then we have a Rob Zombie film. So we have Halloween. This is the first one. Yeah, 2-disc unrated collector's edition. There we go. So that's pretty cool. And I'm trying to source a black sleeve inside, you know, a flip tray. 1, 2, or a black case that's got 2 hubs in it, which they only seem to do 1 hub. So I need to look around for that. Yes. Then we have Halloween 2. This is the second Rob Zombie one. So I actually need to see both of these because I've not seen them. I hear mixed things about these films. Then we have a bit of brilliant Clint Eastwood in I was going to call it Turismo. That's a different film, isn't it? Gran Torino. Yes. Brilliant film there. What colour's the disc? The disc is black, so it blends in really nice. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. A bit more space stuff now, and we have First Man with Ryan Gosling, which is the kind of like the untold story of Neil Armstrong, and it focuses a lot on his family though, and the tragedy that he had with his kids. So there we go. So that's a pretty good film. I actually don't have that on 4K. I'm surprised I haven't got that one on 4K. Pretty sure I haven't. Next up we have Flight of the Navigator. Again, another second sight release. Looks good with a nice black case. And then we have Executive Decision, which I recently rewatched in my 90s action kind of disaster reviewings. There we go. So yeah, it looks pretty cool in a nice black case. Then we have a film called Danger Close, which is an Australian release. This probably needs a rewatch. This is the Battle of Long Tan. Is it Australia, or is it New Zealand? It's New Zealand. Oh, inexperienced Australian and New Zealand soldiers are fighting for their lives. Yeah, they're holding off an overwhelming enemy force of 2,000 battle-hardened Viet Cong and North Vietnamese. Yeah, so that needs a rewatch, actually. I enjoyed that. I did. Classic from my childhood, Daryl. Haven't seen this for a long time, but I stuck it in a black case because why not? Actually, it is a black case, but it's kind of got a greyish tint to it. And of course we have The Descent, which really does look good in a black case. Yes, pretty cool. We have a very surprising, enjoyable submarine film that is not Crimson Tide or The Hunt for Red October. It is in fact Phantom, with Ed Harris and David Duchovny and William Fichtner. This was a really good film. Very surprised by that. Even Papa Bowman enjoyed it. Then we have the Australian release of The Pope's Exorcist with old Russell Crowe. And Relic, another great film that I remember watching back in the day. Tom Sizemore and Penelope Ann Miller. And of course, if you've got a bit of lock stock, then you have to have a bit of this, don't you? Snatch, yes. I thought that looks good. That looks good in a black case. Even though the disc is red. This is kind of like a lost... This is more of a cult classic than anything else. Because it's never really talked about. And up until this got re-released, I think it had just been forgotten about. Space Trackers with Dennis Hopper. Yeah, I have not seen this in a very long time. Debbie Mazar as well. Yeah, so I need to rewatch that one. Another one that I recently watched in my 90s action disasters, Kurt Russell in Soldier, which is an enjoyable film. I really enjoy that one. And now we've got a influence for Wally. Short Circuit. Yes, number 5. Is Alive. Ali Sheedy and Steve Guttenberg. Special edition. Yeah, this second sight, I think. Second sight edition. They did a big box set for Short Circuit 2, but they didn't do a box set, I don't believe, for the first Short Circuit. All of my Screams I've got in Steelbooks, apart from one, which I'm still waiting for. And I decided to shove that one in a black case. Scream 4 or Screffam. Yes, it looks good in a black case, but I'm still waiting for the Steelbook. When the Steelbook eventually comes, then I'll be getting rid of the MRA. We also have Signs, M. Night Shyamalan's best movie, in my opinion. And this will be disappearing from the collection, so I will have a spare black case to put in for something else. Because the 4K will be out soon. So I shall definitely be grabbing that one. Another Australian release, we have Space Cowboys. Very enjoyable romp with the space shuttle and these 4 aging astronauts having to train up a fresh bunch. Yeah. Yes, got a blue disc, but that's a shame. Do you know what? You know, assign me design engineer in physical media. I'll stick the moon on it for you. Yeah. Next up, we have a director's cut of Spawn, Michael J. White, and Martin Sheen. I forgot Martin Sheen was in it. John Leguizamo. That's it. Yeah, I love John Leguizamo's character in this. Really funny. Yeah, there we go. Blue disc. Yeah, I don't know anything about the comics, but I really enjoyed that. Next up, we have Scream Speed 2 Cruise Control in a black case. You've put Speed 2 in a black case. That just needs to go in the bin. It's got its moments. It's got its moments, but yeah, it's not Speed, but whatever. I shoved it in a black case. Next up, we have Nebraska. Yeah, it looks really nice in a black case. And it's got a lot of white on there as well. It's just black and white, really, with a silver disc. Yeah, thanks for giving us a silver disc. Next up, we have Malignant, which I don't have on 4K. I do have the Blu-ray. Looks pretty cool. Again, a blue disc. Why? Because it comes in a blue case. There we go. Oh dear. What we got? Oh yes, I did it my way. Yes, My Way. Which is one of these South Korean war films. I don't think it's Cine Asia though. Pretty sure it's not. But it's from the director of Brotherhood. Yeah, it's a good film that I remember. And you recently been to see Heretic with Hugh Grant. Yes, Sophie Thatcher was one of the Mormon women in it. Well, she was in this as well. Prospect. There she is there. This is kind of a fun film. Pedro Pascal. So we got the Mandalorian. In fact, 2 characters that have both been in Star Wars TV series. There you go. And someone called Jay Duplass as well. Yeah. Visually dazzling and a thrilling adventure. I enjoyed it. It's hard to explain. It's kind of like it's a bit like After Earth, kind of being marooned on this planet with injuries and trying to stay alive. Yeah. It does need a rewatch, actually. It's been a long time since I've seen that one. Next up, we have Hugh Jackman, Prisoners, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, this was a good film. Probably needs a rewatch. In fact, everything in my collection needs a rewatch at some point. A very underrated movie. I know it flopped, but it's still enjoyable. Well, for me it is. And so is Waterworld. You know, Kevin Costner's Waterworld. Big, expensive, lavish summer blockbuster. Yes, it flopped, but it's a cult classic. The Postman. Yes, because we all like to moan about the mail not being delivered, especially if we got pre-orders that are supposed to arrive on a Saturday and they don't arrive until a Monday. Yes, it's the postman. Yeah, this is a long film. This is like, is it about 3 hours or something like that? But I have not seen it in a very long time. Next up, we have what is soon to become a trilogy. Yes, we have the original Tron. Yeah, I know the special effects may look a little bit dated, but for an 80s kid, it just looks fantastic. And I remember playing the game in the arcade for hours on end. Loving that film. Also, a film that I've recently watched, the Halloween season, is Thanksgiving, which was fun. Very fun film. Oh, let's put it down there because it's going to topple over actually. And this one, this really surprised me when I went to see this, because I wasn't expecting Russell Crowe to be this type of character. Unhinged. Yes. Proof that if you're stuck behind someone at traffic lights, don't honk your horn, because you never know what's going to happen. It's an anti-road rage movie. Yeah. Next up, we have Tommy Lee Jones in Volcano, which is the what would I say, the bitch sister to Dante's Peak. Yeah, I enjoyed that film. Then we have The Village, or The Village. Again, I've put this one in a nice slim case there. This is not an official one. As you can see, it's black. This is probably the only bootleg that I have in my collection. Yes, because I wanted the only Shyamalan movie that doesn't have a Blu-ray on the shelf. But that will be rectified soon because the 4K is coming. So, hooray! And the last one in the collection here with a black case is Willow. Yes, lovely film, awesome film. I did enjoy the TV series. I know it's a bit woke, but I still enjoyed it. But it's a shame they're not going to make any more, because the story was kind of left unfinished. But there we go. That is Willow. That is the last one in the black collection. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it by giving it some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. And I'm going to have to put that lot back on the shelf, but it shouldn't be that difficult. But like I say, with the coloured cases, you know, I shop around. I go to charity shops. I go to CEX. Used to get a load in, you know, well, some in Poundland. Black cases, you can pretty much find them anywhere. CEX have got a lot, especially and cheap ones as well. But yeah, they were the ones where I started picking up copies of Jason Statham's Wild Card, because that was like £1 in Poundland and it came with a black case. So sales of that one went through the roof and I ended up with a crap ton of black cases. So there's always black cases that you can grab. Awesome. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one very soon. Bye bye.